Africa podcast.
Well, I'm a teacher of transcendental meditation. I've been practicing transcendental meditation, which was founded by my guru Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, whose picture you see behind me. And transcendental meditation is a very unique practice, which is not only beneficial for the individual, but it can also build peace in the nation. So it is a very simple, effortless, and natural mental technique, which is practiced for 20 minutes twice a day. And during the practice of transcendental meditation, the mind settles down to a state of very, very deep silence, a state of inner peace, a state of inner silence. The mind during this practice experiences quieter and quieter and quieter levels of the thinking process until we transcend thought and experience the state of pure awareness, pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is a state of perfect balance. It's a state in which the mind is fully aligned with all the laws of nature governing the universe. It's a state of inner bliss. It's a state of freedom from boundaries, freedom from limitations. It's a very deep state of rest that we gain during the transcendental meditation technique. And this very deep state of rest allows the body to release deeply rooted stresses and tensions and whatever is holding us back from realizing our full potential, our full ability to succeed in life. It's just a matter of releasing the stresses and the tensions and the limitations from the mind and from the physiology. So transcendental meditation is very effective in building a stress-free physiology and allowing the mind to improve its inherent creative abilities, its ability to comprehend, its ability to perceive, its ability to have improved academic performance, improved moral reasoning, increased calmness, increased intellectual performance. So all the different aspects of the mind increase, and at the same time, the body recovers from stress. There's an increased stability of the autonomic nervous system, decreased blood pressure, reduced risk factors for heart disease, stroke, decreased insomnia, reduced obesity, relief from headaches. It's a very effective technique. The technique of transcendental meditation has been studied extensively in more than 250 different research institutes around the world in 30 different countries. And it's in fact the most scientifically researched technique for the holistic improvement of life in the world. So it's a very significantly researched mental technique. And I believe that this technique can be very beneficial for anyone from any walk of life. It has nothing to do with religion. We don't ask you to change your lifestyle. We don't ask you to change your belief system. We just ask that you integrate this scientific technique into your daily activity, and it can help to improve every aspect of life because it develops the full potential of the mind and it releases deeply rooted stresses in the body. So do you have any questions about this?
I'm so delighted to have you this morning, BRIGGS, and thank you so much for the wonderful job you are doing of peacemaking to release the mind from stress. When the mind is stressed, definitely peace cannot be availed to our neighbors, to our communities, even to everyone in the nation, because the root person where it has to begin from is not at peace with the universe. Now, this approach is unique. In Africa, there are so many mental breakups in families, in children in schools, in hospitals, at work, the jobless communities who are the majority. A lot is happening. There is not this kind of peacemaking, to relax, to put the mind at peace. So an initiative of this kind is highly welcomed. I wish if one day, one time, we could have a chance that you can come on the African soil, perhaps in knowledge institutions. We mobilize and then you address big gatherings of students, because we need to turn these ones into ambassadors of peace building and practically go through these meditation and other peacemaking processes that you have, because we don't have so much opportunities to receive information of this kind, but it is wanting. It is wanting. I pray that you may have a program developed with you, and then you share with us a curriculum of how you do this, that we can also share in schools, early age,
Yes.
secondary schools, knowledge institutions like universities, because recently in Makerere University, a student killed himself, committed suicide. Even some 2 weeks, another student committed suicide.
No.
Another one at university did the same in another
No.
neighboring,
Oh.
committing
Oh.
suicide. Now, we don't know why that is so. There is a woman recently who woke up on Easter, left her husband in bed, and claimed to have gone to do some coursework, only to be found hanging herself somewhere. All these are mental breakups. We don't know the root cause. We don't know. So we are losing so many lives. The younger generation is also being victimized. I think we need to have a curriculum. We can have a focal point in Uganda. You have a focal point that side in India that can liaise with the focal point we can create in Uganda, that will move around in the knowledge institutions, in the schools, at all levels, to share this message practically, as you guide that, yeah, now this is step number one, this is step number two, let us have this, until the time when we happen to see you here, because your presence is key. If a program is created and then you come, it is launched to mobilize parents, because parents are also key. Families is where all this starts from, but families are breaking
Exactly.
up.
Exactly. It starts from the
No,
individual.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yes, we need to rebuild these ones, to remold, like remolding, bring them back, and then we start going through this, and we enjoy, we appreciate, we extend to others. A lot is happening, and this is initiative is very, very new, that I highly recommend and welcome for collaboration with you. Program should be drafted. You share with us, we put a focal point in place, and then you keep on guiding us on how to reach out, because this side, internet is always a challenge. Data, Facebook is no longer active. Government, stop that due to political reasons. And so few people can access that with the smartphones, with the data. But when a program is created, this side, it is better moving, because schools are there at all levels. Knowledge institutions are there. People can be mobilized. Clubs, women have got clubs where they gather for economic development, skillings, where children are being nurtured in churches. I don't know in India whether you have churches where you go. So we can utilize such avenues when we have got the content and the program. How do you see that, Briggs?
Well, do most people in your community speak English?
Yes, it is the official language.
Oh, it's the official language. Okay.
I
Well, the
believe.
thing is, Mr. Ronald Kiumba, transcendental meditation is being taught in Kenya. There are teachers of transcendental meditation in Kenya and I believe in Uganda. I will send you more contact information because Marishi's organization is active in Africa, and they do have teachers teaching this technique. I think I will try to find out the exact details of who you can contact, because there is a center set up in Kenya for sure. I had a good friend who was teaching there, but now she went back to Norway. She was married to an African. She was from Norway. But I know that there are centers in Kenya, and I believe there must be centers in Uganda as well. But you don't have the addresses and you don't have the contact details. But I will send those to you. I will find out the contact details, and I will find out how this can be implemented, because as you say, the peace begins from the individual level. We have to make sure the families are strong, the individuals are strong, and that's the basis of strength of the nation. And the sovereignty of the nation has to be strengthened so that you can make your own decisions, and you can make the decisions which will be helpful to all the community, the whole community, and the whole nation. So I will look into the exact details of where this center is, the Transcendental Meditation Center in Nairobi and in Kenya as a whole. And also I will try to find out the address in Uganda. And there are programs which are set up for the schools, for the children. There's also programs for health, for Ayurvedic knowledge, which can prevent diseases. And we will be gaining more of this information, which can be helpful for the whole African continent. There are very large movements for this knowledge in South Africa, for instance. There's a very strong center in Johannesburg, and the centers are coming up all over Africa. So you won't be left without this knowledge. Maharshi thought about Africa, and Maharshi planned for Africa, and Maharshi has arranged for teachers to be trained in Africa. So there will be teachers able to teach this knowledge in your country and in your communities. It will be available. You can be sure of that. And I shall look into the exact the addresses and the contact details of the teachers that you can contact immediately, so that you can get the children to learn the transcendental meditation technique. And this gives them inner strength and inner stability and inner emotional strength, so that they have more happiness inside. This enables them to feel the happiness inside. They don't have to resort to any drastic measures. If they're not happy, they will begin to be more happy with this technique, because when you contact the field of pure consciousness, that's a field of eternal bliss. It's a field of freedom. It's a field of creativity, infinite creativity, and it's a very deep state of rest. And rest releases the deep stresses, and the stresses which give rise to antisocial behavior. Those stresses will be released from the system, and the earlier one starts, the better. So we can arrange so the children can start in their schools, and the teachers can learn, and then the whole school will be much more blissful and much more successful in implementing all the educational programs. So I don't feel like it'll be a long time. It won't be a long time. It will be. You will be able to access this knowledge, and I shall do what I can to give you all the details, all the contact details.
Yeah, thank you so much, Barbara, for that knowledge sharing. Knowledge shared
Yes,
is what we are looking up to, and then put it into practice. I can be
exactly.
the lead in Uganda with a focal point established in Uganda. Once I have those contacts, I liaise with Kenya, South Africa. That would be very,
Okay.
very great, because we have a strong challenge in Uganda. We need this. We need this for sure. So many children out of schools,
Yes.
dropouts, early pregnancies. We have younger mothers. The
Yes.
COVID brought so many of that. People need healing, but the healing is nowhere to be seen.
Ah,
Healing is nowhere to be seen. We do not have facilitators trained to have
I see.
this on ground, especially in
Yes.
schools. Teachers are concentrating on a curriculum of the strong education that keeps them busy from morning up to evening, So there is no time for them to engage in such knowledge building, peace building programs like this one you are sharing about. So we need to have a focal point with a team that will be skilled or trained with the skills knowledge, especially from the Kenya Center or South African Center. They train us, then we do the job. As we are
Very
doing the
good.
job out, we will be multiplying in numbers because many will
Yes,
be joining cause,
yes,
and then the
yes,
program grows, reaching out to all corners of our country and outside.
exactly,
Then we want
exactly. Yeah,
East
I
Africa.
think you would make a very good teacher. I think you will, if there's a teacher training course for transcendental meditation teachers, I think you should join it because you have a lot of inspiration, a lot of motivation. And I think that if you get the knowledge, then you can spread it in Uganda and you can have that motivation to spread it in Kenya as well. So I shall see when the next teacher training course is in Africa. And then if you have
Yeah.
the chance to join it, then you can join it and spread the knowledge to all the people in your communities.
Yes, me, I'm available. I'm available for the trainings. Then you formalize, like you give me a letter confirming me on this program, because normally in our government, you go to Ministry of Education, you go to schools, they normally want a backup, a written letter introducing you to them on such and such a program. You have this knowledge, the course outline, the content, and then they open up. That is
Yeah.
what I want. I'm ready for the training and for that. And I start the job and bringing many on job on the team. And we do this great work that you have always done in the other developed nations. Now
Okay.
the time is for us to reach it here to Uganda. So I want to see these fruits. We want to share
Yes.
them at some that in my meeting with the Barbara from India, which was miraculous, which was heavenly sent chance, finally happened. And then we started
Yes.
something new that has now grown and multiplied. So that will do us favor because this
Okay.
is lacking. Only committed brains are wanting. Me, myself, I'm available for you, please. Load me with the skills, with the techniques, with the
Okay.
information, because behind me, I also have those that I will reach out to. The program, then a notification about me, an introductory letter about me from your, say, organization doing this job. This will open up for me and do the great job.
Okay.
But my assurance,
Okay.
the victims are so many here. Let me say
Okay.
clients are looking for this information. Politics is another game that needs this message.
Yes,
People are
of
losing.
course.
People are just being misled. People are fighting wars. People are depressed.
I
A
know it's
lot is
terrible.
happening because in the mind, people are not stable. People are
Yes,
not stable.
exactly.
This
Exactly.
one program, even leaders, they command a lot of people, but they need this. Faith-based communities, I assure you, people have resorted to going into churches, hoping to get answers for mental breakups. But answers are not there, Barbara. Answers
No,
are
they're
not in
not. I know. I understand. I understand
the
what you're
program
saying.
that you're having
Yeah.
that will impact on an individual, he himself, before going out to the community, himself to be at peace, to have gone through the stages, the practices. He will go out when he's a changed person, an ambassador of this important peace building program. So,
Right.
always we must have a starting point. Me, I'm waiting for you. Any information you would like to inquire from me, I'm ready to share with you via
Okay.
email,
I will
to share
send.
with you, because
I
it
will
is
send you
time
the information. Don't worry.
for
I will
being
send you the information. I will send you the information as soon as I get it. I shall write to my friends today and I shall get all the information for Africa, and I shall have them contact you, and I will give them your email address. So you will be receiving some information as soon as possible. I shall write to the people I know affiliated with the African movement, and I shall find out whether you're in Uganda, and you living in Uganda or Kenya?
Uganda.
You live in Uganda. Okay, fine. So I'll find out from Uganda, and yeah, I'll find out from everything from, I know the lady who's in charge of the African continent, and I shall see what she has to say about all of this. So be assured that you will get the information, and keep your spirits up. It will be coming, and there's some good things coming very soon. Don't worry, it will happen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm so delighted. I will also be sharing with you, perhaps next time over email, first about what we are doing, what I have as the mental health and know-how game that fulfills sustainable development goals. This mental game, we will need your expertise to enrich it, to make it shoot internationally. I need to share that with you. You play it also with your team. You see how you can be fit to make it more functional and more results oriented in rebuilding the mindsets and peace. I've tested it. Yesterday I was in school. Last time we talked, I was heading to some students. I went there. I took them through. The program is good, is wanting, only that it is still in need of knowledge experts like you to have that partnership with you experts, and then we move things, we reach out to all corners to sow the seeds of peace building. Knowledge cannot wait.
Okay.
And knowledge has no borders.
Okay, fine. So I'm very happy that we had this conversation. I'm happy about your enthusiasm, and I think that this will be the beginning of a very successful program for Uganda and hopefully for Kenya as well. I've never been to Africa, but if God wants me to go, then I'll go. But at the moment, I'm in India. So but we will collaborate definitely, and I'll do whatever I can to make sure that Africa gets all the benefits of this knowledge. So this will be the great joy of my life to collaborate and to help Africa to rise to be a perfectly successful, healthy, and progressive country in every way. So I'm happy that we had this conversation. I'm happy that I met you, and I'm happy that you want to go further with this knowledge and you appreciate the value of this knowledge. So I think that you're going to make a great teacher one day. So I'll see what I can do about finding out when the next teacher training course is in Africa. So it's been great speaking to you, and I wish you all the very, very best. And we'll be in touch. We'll continue to be in touch. Okay?
Yeah, thank you so much, Briggs, for this important message shared. My heart is open for the program. Members on the BP's Africa podcast who will receive this message when you send it and we upload it will be so happy, because we will share with the students in knowledge institutions who will also share with one another to have this message shared, and they will form strong focal points in their respective knowledge institutions to further this important program. So what we need, information, and you formalizing a note about us, that this is so and so is part of this program, that does this and that, does this and that. Then it becomes official for them to open for us. But my heart is already you.
So I have to go now. They're telling me to end the meeting. So I'll send you the recording as soon as I get it, okay? Okay, all the best and best wishes, and wonderful meeting you. Okay.
May God
bye-bye now.
Peace and multiplied it to you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, God bless.
God bless you.
BP's Africa Podcast.